Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. And through this channel, I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this, this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is to try to get 201 trades, each with a return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses as well. So for further details with regard to in-depth strategy for the challenge and information about how to join, details are in the description below. In the previous video, we did a stock update on Tickle MMAT and MMTLP. So please refer back to the previous video for details of updates for both stocks. And in today's video, we're going to do an update on Tickle NLST Netlist. We're also going to do an update on our weekly watch list with I'm also going to be sharing with you one of our stocks from our watch list, which is potentially a squeeze stock, so stay tuned for that. So before we start the video on Netlist, I'm going to share with you quickly a recap in terms of what's happening on the market. So on the screen here, you'll be able to see just a headline from Bloomberg. We have had a very, very difficult week in the market. However, one thing that you should all be aware of is the stock market always comes back. And it's just generally a case of what goes up goes down, and then what goes down comes up. So the headline here is stocks will shake off gloom and shine, defiances, Jablonski says. So basically we're looking at, there has been significant bad news, and I think a lot of this bad news is priced into the market right now, especially as it's stated here also on Bloomberg. And if we look at particular sectors such as hotels, cruises, casinos, airlines, they are especially at a good buy price now. So in terms of what are the key reasons for this, we know that there's the ongoing situation with Ukraine. We know there is the fear of inflation, and there's also the underlying impact of COVID. But in my personal opinion, I think if there is a breakthrough in the Ukraine situation, I think that will definitely lead to a huge catalyst for the market, especially as I think we're getting to a situation right now where the world is going to be living with COVID rather than shutting down. So let's now start by having a look at the 5-day chart for Netlist, ticker symbol NLST. So on the screen here, you can see that Netlist has certainly not been immune from market conditions, and the stock over the week is down approximately 12%. However, on the close of play on the Friday, the stock was up just in excess of 1.5%, closing at $4.29. So not a great week for all stocks, and also not a great week for Netlist. So we have seen this trade very close to the $6 mark fairly recently, and right now in terms of what's happening, let's get a quick update in terms of the latest situation. So with regard to the case versus Google, I'm sure many of you would have been expecting a decision by now, and those of you who've been following the channel will know that we have been providing updates on Netlist for quite a while now. And one thing that I can state before we look at this is I have spoke to Gabriel just recently, and unfortunately there is no breakthrough or significant news in terms of updates to report. But what we can say is it's basically a matter for the judge. It is in the judge's hands. So what I'm going to share with you on the screen here is a statement here from the Daily Breeze, and this is with regard to how long we can wait. So if we have a look at here from the Daily Breeze, the question is, we have a Superior Court civil case. The defendant brought a motion for summary judgment asking to be dismissed as a matter of law. Substantial papers were filed and a matter argued over 2.5 months. The judge took it under submission, but so far no ruling. How long can the judge take to rule? ? So that's the key question I think all investors are certainly interested in and looking at, and that is, what is the timeline? So if we look at the answer here, it states here that California judges are required to issue timely decisions pursuant to Constitution provision Article 6, Section 19, which sets a deadline of 90 days after a matter is submitted for ruling. So there's the kind of deadline we have in terms of a guideline. So we're looking at 90 days. So again, although that is we have a guideline here of 90 days, that doesn't mean it's going to take 90 days. It could be any day. It could be within the next week. It could be this coming week. It's a case of nobody really knows apart from the judge. So a judge of a court of record may not receive salary while any cause before The judge remains pending and undetermined for 90 days after it has been submitted for decision. So we look at the overall situation is it's just a case of wait and see. So fingers crossed. I'm still very confident and hopeful for a positive outcome in this case. What now I'd like to share with you is a headline from Reuters, and this headline is with regard to earnings. So on the screen here we can see that Wall Street ahead, stakes are high as mega cap companies highlight big earnings week. So this is something that we have been looking at in the Discord. So this upcoming week is a huge week for earnings. So if we continue with this Reuters article, we can see here from April the 22nd, it states here that investors are hoping a flood of US quarterly reports that are going to be coming next week, including many of the mega cap companies, will confirm a solid profit outlook for America and also bolster the case for stocks that have had a rocky start to the year so far. So we're looking at 180 companies in the S&P, which is roughly half of the benchmark in terms of the index's market value. So these include 4 of the biggest companies. We're looking at Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, as well as Google. Final thing I'd like to share with you with regard to this article on Reuters is the mega cap stocks versus the S&P 500, and what you will find is in terms of something quite interesting. If we look at the key mega caps here, including Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, Microsoft and Meta, only Apple has beaten the S&P 500. So the S&P 500 is down just in excess of 10%. However, Apple is down just in excess of 8.9%. So Amazon is down 13%, just in excess of 13%. Alphabet is down in excess of 17%, so that includes Google. We've got Microsoft is down in excess of 18%. And also we have seen the bad news recently with regard to Facebook, which has had a bad year 2022. It's down in excess of 45%, and we did see some negative figures for the first time for Meta and Facebook this year. So again, not great news for the company. So overall, it's been a very, very rocky start to the year. Just finishing off in terms of the article, earning expectation for the companies are going to be subdued for the quarter ended in March. Microsoft is expected to increase their adjusted earnings per share by about 12%, Apple by 2%. So overall, in terms of what we expect, again, this week will be very, very important for these mega cap companies. Finally, I'd like to finish off by sharing with you just a snapshot of our weekly watch list, which is available today for all the Discord members. And this is a watch list which includes a number of high-risk stocks as well as some of the mega cap stocks. I have identified 4 mega cap stocks which I expect to beat earnings this week. So certainly those are ones to keep an eye on, and you will be able to get access to them in the Discord. So just on the screen here we can see I'm going to share with you one of the squeeze stocks that we are calling this week, and that is ticker symbol VLON. This is a potential squeeze stock due to a possible sale. So I'm going to share with you here a copy of the potential sale. So on the screen here you'll be able to see a headline from MarketWatch, and that is Valen Pharmaceuticals stock is the biggest gainer and most active after exploring possible sale. So this is a stock that was up in excess of 100% on massive volume trading on Friday after the company said that it's exploring strategic alternatives, including a possible sale for the company. So again, that is huge news for the stock. If this news materializes into something concrete, I do expect a huge volume and significant spike in the share price for ticker symbol VLON. But as this is a high risk squeeze stock, again, it's one of those that you need to trade with a stop loss, also with extreme care. So for further details about how to get access to the weekly watch list, you can join our Discord for as little as $9 a month. This will also give you access to the challenge as well. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.